So I like that fit too. Speaking of things I like, my number 3 receiver here, Chris Godwin.
Nice.
The Chris Godwin, as many people are known to call him.
I know. We called, just a random tangent, we call Tyrod Taylor Ty God. I mean, Godwin has God literally in his name.
God and win.
God and win. Like, how can you go wrong?
God wins, Chris Godwin. I mean,
there's got to be some kind of crazy nickname for this guy.
There's got to be something.
Yeah.
But here's something. He's great. He's a great player. I'm going to let you kick this off.
All right.
Tell me where you sent my dude Chris Godwin.
I sent Chris Godwin to the New York Jets.
Okay, I hate that. So
that's fine. It's fine. Look, I know the Jets have invested in young wide receivers in recent draft classes. We saw Robbie Anderson last year show some promise at the end of the season, but there's no wideouts on that roster right now that I think can fill the void that Brandon Marshall left by leaving. And not to compare Godwin to Brandon Marshall, I'm not comparing Godwin to Brandon Marshall. I mean, you're shaking your head.
No, I'm shaking my head because I'm picturing Chris Godwin play with the Jets, and it's like getting off-target passes from Christian Hackenberg after Josh McCown gets hurt in week 2.
I get it. I just looked at the wide receiving core, and I had that tweet a couple weeks ago that I got flamed for.
We talked about it in episode whatever where franchise got roasted. Yes,
and they have a void to fill there without Brandon Marshall. We don't know what Eric Decker's status is, and beyond that, it's just like these fast little young guys who haven't developed yet. And I think Chris Godwin can.
You better mention Quincy Newton real quick.
Quincy Newton is there, right? I'm sorry. I know he's there. It's not like I don't know who he is.
This is what got you in trouble last time, bro. I'm just trying to help.
But I think Godwin's skill set fits well with what the hole that the Jets need to fill there at that position. So that's my take.
All right. Well,
and I'm sticking to it.
That would hurt.
I know. I mean, nobody wants to go to the Jets. They're terrible.
Jets.
Sorry, Jets fans.
All right. So I'm going to tell you.
Who do you got?
Here's where I sent him to.
I'm excited.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh!
Your Steelers.
Shut it down!
So here's why I think this is a perfect fit. Beyond the fact that it would just be awesome to see Godwin in a highly effective offense. We talked about...
And one of those Bumblebee uniforms.
Sure.
Yeah.
The Steelers brought Chris Godwin in for a pre-draft visit. I think that they might consider him at their first-round pick. I think they will definitely go wide receiver or a pass-catching tight end somewhere in the first few rounds because, look, we talked about Martavis Bryant a few episodes ago and his inevitable reinstatement or whatever, or imminent reinstatement.
Yeah.
That still hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
And even if it does happen, I think they will be excited, just like we are, to bring Martavis Bryant back in the fold. But nevertheless, you just can't count on these players after they've been, because the next one would be an even greater suspension or what have you, if he slips up again.
Yeah, getting a Josh Gordon status.
Yeah, he's out of strikes.
Yeah.
So you need to still invest in a young wide receiver. They can just use more bodies because after Antonio Brown, if Martavis Bryant doesn't come back, they have Eli Rogers and then a bunch of jokers. So I think you get Chris Godwin in there. He'd be a great fit on the outside as their X-receiver while Brown moves around the formation.
Yep.
And he can win contested catches down the field. His reception perception showed that with an 85.7% conversion rate on contested catches, the highest over the last 2 years. But he can also separate and run routes really well. I think he would slide into that Bryant role. While he's not the same high-end athlete, he would get those same high degree of difficulty targets and also targets where he can make plays in the open field as a big body. So would love that fit there.
Awesome. I'm into it as a Steelers fan. Let's go.
All right. Well, let's rattle on to.
They're hipsters, but I'm way more hipper.